Well, hey there, little Johnny. Do you like playing with big ships? Well, Beta2 is finally here, and fleet carriers will be available for all, even console peasants. After careful re-evaluation, developers have recognized that you may need a way to upkeep the bloody fucking thing if you're out there in the black. So, thanks to your amazing persuasive skills, Universal Cartographics has been added to the carriers as an optional service that you will need to shell out more credits on top of the 5 billion that you already spent on the empty carrier. Oh, but fear not. Also, thanks to your persuasive skills, developers have recognized that without the ability to store any ships or modules, fleet carriers don't seem to be much capable of carrying your fucking fleet of ships. So from now on, the owner will only have the ability to store ships and modules, and that be set as a default. But for the rest of the plebs, well, if you want them to sully your fleet carrier with God's abortion that is ASP scouts and whatnot, well, you're gonna have to cough up a fresh firstborn with a few hundred million. Fun, right? Yet it's right not for long. Decommissioning, aka here comes the sunk cost fallacy, is all but removed. What's left will be the forced decommissioning if you incur what developers called a huge debt of 300 million. So you'll lose that from the refund price, but in all other ways, you'll have a fixed value. Like with our ships. No depreciation sunk cost, no distance penalty sunk cost. How lovely it is not to have very penalizing aspects of a feature. Oh yes. Additionally, the fuel will become more efficient too. So now your gas tank won't feel like a pensioner's bladder. However, Johnny, do you like games? Do you like playing different games and not just one for literal years? Well, tough luck, you fuck. Upkeep is still around, and you will lose cash thanks to this mechanic even if you're not playing Elite. Now look, everyone knows you have a job. Well, Elite will be just your second one. Enjoy! On the serious note, do we really even need a penalty system for this endgame trophy carrier? Really? Well, okay, let's say that we do need something to offset the positives of it. Well, why the fuck does it need to be a glorified renting system? Who likes renting systems in the first place? Even if you can rent it for years on end. Can't we find a better penalty system? Really? But what about this? Why just simply not have it as a simple trophy that doesn't have a penalty system and is only purely positive? I mean, seriously, the player already spent 5 billion. That's pretty much what most people will ever make on their accounts for Elite Dangerous, playing thousands upon thousands of hours. Just give them the damn thing. Grinding alone is a penalty, so why not have that trophy at the end of the game? And frankly, that would kind of feel like that progression, because you would never lose it and you just keep upgrading it until it's fully done. Because every fleet carrier will be all the same. Okay, at least that would make them predictable, because we don't have any way to check what they have in the first place. So no one's gonna go to them, especially to trade any commodities. So either give us the tools to check what the fleet carriers have, or just go for pure positives. And you know, the more I think about what this thing is and how it's been developed, well, the more I start to wonder, do we need starports, mobile starports in general? Well, yes, they are neat to look at and they have functions, sure, but just like others, I feel that it's kind of odd in its place in the game. It's very unfitting, if you will, especially considering that it was, when first developed, kind of designed for squadrons, not personal use. So really, just wondering what it even is. Yes, it's a decent emerging gameplay tool, which is nice, but for that we don't need renting system. We don't need to rent emerging gameplay. Come on. Anyways, let me know what you think of my little rant there. That aside, of course, yes, beta is open till 26th May, and everyone's welcome. Of course, they will be persistent between all the platforms, but you won't be able to, of course, do crossplay because thanks console markets. And yes, apparently it's Sony and Xbox. But anyways, I'm digressing. So let me know what you think, and of course, give developers your feedback. And be quite specific. You know, as if you're informing a toddler.